Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming today to Don't Fear, Get a Career. I'm Shelby Lord, and I'm a career advisor here at Sonoma State University. If you do want to schedule any appointments with us, please use your Lobo Connect or email careercenter@sonoma.edu. I am extremely excited to be introducing you to Stephanie from Delicato, and she has a great presentation today for you all.
Well, thank you so much, Shelby, and thanks Sonoma State for having us. Delicato Family Wines is here for Don't Fear, Get a Career event. And I am Stephanie Indart. I'm a recruiter with Delicato Family Wines. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself, my career journey, and a little bit more about the company. I'll also save some time at the end for any questions. All right, so a little bit more about me. I grew up in Sonoma County, local. I studied agricultural business at Chico State. And to be honest, I wasn't sure what to major in, but I always had been around the wine industry growing up in Sonoma County. I thought studying ag business might be a good path to take. So I got into ag business. I had a couple internships at some wineries throughout college. And when I turned 21, I worked a summer in a tasting room, which was super fun. Throughout both of those experiences, I learned what I did like and what I didn't like. And I liked talking to people. I did not like working in the vineyards with the grapes or on the viticulture side. So that's, I think, kind of the best advice that I could ever give about internships is find out what you don't like as well as what you do like, because that was my experience in the wine industry. And so my senior year of college, it was really, time to kind of figure it out and get a job. I worked with my on-site career center. Shout out to career centers. And I basically said, help me. What do I do? I want to interview. I want to get a job. And they set me up with a ton of on-campus interviews. And I just kind of dug in and got as much experience as I could interviewing. I got a lot of interviews. I got good at interviewing. But when I started hearing back from all the companies that I interviewed with, I was disappointed with some rejection. I know, right? Ego blow. But part of the process, learning what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at. So in fact, I was turned down by all of the wine companies that I interviewed with. And that was a challenge for me, right? Because I had built up this resume, I had studied in ag business and thought that I was ready to go. But what it turned out to be, one door closes and one door opens. I did get offered a couple jobs in recruiting. And I had never considered recruiting, but the career center, said, hey, why don't you talk to the recruiters and get some more interview experience and see what you think. And so recruiting essentially found me and I found that I was good at it. I enjoyed the interview process. I enjoyed talking to people, like I mentioned, and I got pretty comfortable with it. So my first job out of college, I worked for a financial company in Sacramento as a recruiter. And they invested heavily in my training and my development. I was eventually leading a team of other recruiters. And so I really got to grow in my professional experience. And eventually I got to bring that experience back to the wine industry, which is what I had always wanted to do. So eventually I moved back to Sonoma County. And I got a job as a recruiter with Francis Ford Coppola Winery. And it was a perfect fit for me, right? Because I had gone and gotten this experience, and I always had this passion for the wine industry. And, they didn't really know recruiting. Basically, I was hired as their first recruiter, and I got to teach them systems to use and processes to implement and create a process for recruitment at the winery, which has been a blast. I've been here, over 9 years. About a year ago, the company was acquired by Delicato Family Wines. And this has basically been an evolution of two family wine businesses growing together. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So who is Delicato Family Wines then? It's a uniquely balanced blend of big company opportunity and family culture. Hard work, high standards, respect for our employees and the land. This is who we are. So I love this quote. It really explains, kind of who we are within the wine industry and what we value. We value hard work, integrity, continuous improvement, and trust in team. And Delicato Family Wines is actually one of the fastest growing wine companies in the US. So after the merger with Coppola, it put us into the top 5. So we are a large growing family company, family owned since 1924, almost 100 years old, with 1,200 employees. And this is one of our owners here. It's our CEO and president, Chris Delicato. And his quote says, "Our family extends beyond those that carry the Delicato name. It encompasses every individual employee, from the vineyard to the sales floor. Our team's collective passion to continually improve, evolve, and innovate is the heart and soul of our business. And we are committed to upholding an inspiring high performance culture that our people are proud to call home." And this really resonates with me. I've been in the wine industry for 9 years, and what I love about it is the innovation and the evolving culture and evolving, products that we can continue to produce and stay relevant and grow. So that inspires me and keeps me engaged in the company and the industry. And here's a little bit more about the teams that run our company. The wine industry is so much more than just winemaking and hospitality, which I think a lot of people think of. When you hear of a winery, they make a product and that's wine. Someone has to make it, and then someone has to sell it, or in a tasting room or in a grocery store. But these are all the teams that make that happen in our company. So it's finance and administration, the business of supporting our brands. So if you're in finance major, yes, there's an awesome opportunity for you in the wine industry. Of course, we have hospitality and food service. I mean, that is a foundation of what we do, and in this industry, in this area, Sonoma County is all about hospitality, creating a memorable experience that will leave our guests talking about it for years to come. And we hire a lot of Sonoma State students in this field, in hospitality and in food service, and working at our tasting room and restaurants. And human resources is my team of 25 people that focuses on building a high performance culture. So we really integrate with the people in our company. In my role specifically, integrate with people outside of the company and candidates and people that are interested in getting a job with Delicato Family Wines. That's part of human resources. Of course, we have marketing, and that is bringing our brands to life in creative ways. We have a sales team that takes our brand to market, and that's everywhere from grocery store shelves to restaurants, to us directly as consumers. And we also have a robust supply chain and logistics team. And these are buzzwords, right? Right now, because the last 3 years and COVID has disrupted supply chain and logistics. We always hear about that. And that is also true in the wine industry. And so we have a team that has to work hard to find the best glass and corks and boxes, cost efficiently and of the best quality, to continue to produce our product. So that is a really important piece of our business. Of course, we have winemaking and enology, and that's really the art and science of winemaking. Any of you are scientists out there, this is a career that you could choose to kind of meld that scientific side. There's a recipe to make wine, but there's also an art to it, and using your own creativity and tasting things as you go and making decisions on the fly, and working as a team to create a product. I always think it's so fascinating that the wine industry gets one chance a year to make our product, and that's harvest. And that's happening right now. So our winemaking team is sort of wrapping up harvest and getting all the grapes in to produce or make our product for 2023. So it's an exciting time in the wine industry for winemakers right now. And along with that is the winery operations side. And so that is really, our cellar team, our bottling teams, our maintenance team, our engineers. There's a lot of people in the winery operations side that keep this business going. And it is an interesting, career path as well. Sometimes people come into winemaking from winery operations, so not necessarily from the science side, but more from the cellar or the bottling side. So that's an interesting path. And then we also have internships, which we'll talk a little bit more about. So these are some of our facilities. If you're still wondering, who is Delicato Family Wines and Coppola? Where have I seen that before? Maybe you've seen our winery in Napa at Black Stallion Estate. Or maybe you've seen Francis Ford Coppola Winery or Virginia Dare Winery in Geyserville. We have a huge Manteca facility. So this is where the company was founded in Manteca. That is a large production facility, distribution center, and office space. They also have a tasting room there as well. And then we have King City and Alba Coast wineries, which are our production facilities as well, and a corporate office in Napa. So a little bit more about the Geyserville location. This is, where I am based out of, and some of you may be familiar with the Geyserville property. Just to give you a little bit of history, in 2006, the Coppola family purchased the historic Chateau Souverain property here in Geyserville. And in 2008, began a huge renovation and created a pool in the shape of a wine glass, which everyone said was a crazy idea and would never work out. But as some of you may know, it has been, wildly successful and such a fun addition to a winery is having a swimming pool that sells out every single year. And so it's really hard to get a reservation. But in 2010, everything opened, the winery grand opening, the winery, the museum, our restaurant, Rustic, Francis's favorite. And maybe some of you have been to our restaurant. It's amazing. And so all of that, was renovated and unveiled, and today is voted the most visited winery in Sonoma County and has over 100 awards and accolades because it is really a unique property and a lot of fun. And we actually hire a lot of students to work in the Geyserville location. Okay, and why would you want to work with us? I think a lot of students, want to know about the benefits of working at a company like Delicato. And of course, we offer health and wellness, medical and dental, life, disability insurance. We also offer a 401k with a match of up to 4%. I think that's something definitely important to consider as you're looking for jobs. Paid time off is also a big thing for us. I always say that people come to the wine industry for more work-life balance, and we have that not only just in our workload, but also in our generous PTO, paid time off packages, and paid holidays throughout the year. So in your first year, you get about 27 paid days off. So something to look forward to. We also have a nice paid parental leave policy or program. We pay you 4 weeks of paid time off on top of anything that the state offers as well. So some nice time as a new parent. And then tuition reimbursement. I love this benefit, as we want to continue to grow our careers. We have this, great school, Sonoma State, that we love to partner with. I myself went and got my HR certificate through Sonoma State and utilized our tuition reimbursement program. So we encourage our employees to continue to grow and learn. and pay for that. So we also, offer so much more in the wine industry. You get discounts on our wines, of course, but also at that amazing pool and restaurants. We get free wine quarterly. We can do referral bonuses. And all of our full-time and part-time employees are eligible for discretionary bonuses, which are really nice. So there are some benefits of working at Delicato. I wanted to share our open positions as well, as of today, October 25th. This is what we have posted for our Geyserville location. And of course, these change. And I was telling Shelby earlier that this is considered kind of a low time or a slower time of recruiting for us. And so, we have these postings, but if you check back in May, we'll probably have 50 plus job postings on our website. So it's important to understand that there are cycles to recruiting and hiring. And as of right now, these are some of the jobs that we're looking for: a quality assurance engineer, a team supervisor in our bottling team, a skilled materials handler in our warehouse, a guest services manager in hospitality, a quality control tech level 2, and a general tech, which is a temporary role, which is actually a great role for a student if anyone's interested in a job in sort of that operations type of work that I mentioned earlier. We have some flexibility with schedules for that. So this is our Geyserville list. I've also added our Napa list, and these are all really for anyone that's has some experience or graduated already, but these are some amazing roles in our Napa location. Our finance and planning manager role, for anyone that has a finance background and a few years of experience. It's a great position. We also have a concierge at our Black Stallion State Winery. And these last two are marketing positions: an associate trade marketing manager and a portfolio manager of our luxury brands. So I always have people asking about marketing jobs. This is where you find them in our Napa location. And internships, we have an engineering internship available right now in Manteca and a culinary internship here in Geyserville. And coming in January, we will have a sales finance internship and a digital marketing internship. And I know that last year we got some great students from Sonoma State. So looking forward to seeing some more intern candidates. A lot of our hiring happens for the summer season. You probably heard about Coppola and our summer jobs or our hiring events. We bring in at least 75 hospitality workers in our tasting room, in our restaurant, our pools and cafe. We hire cooks, tasting room servers, guest services associates. We hire lifeguards. We'll even certify you if you're not certified. We hire housekeepers and servers and bussers and hosts and bartenders and event staff. So if you are at all thinking about a summer job yet, keep this in mind and keep an eye out for our hiring events that happen in March, April, and May. So you can bring some friends out to the winery. It's a great way to see our property and meet our staff. You might even walk away with a job. So stay tuned for more information here. I'd also mention that this is a great way to get your foot in the door at a winery. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, I did a lot of this type of work when I was in college, and it helped me understand what I like and what I don't like and how I can prepare for my career by trying things out and getting into the industry. So great summer jobs, more to come. And where can you find us all? You can find all of this information at delicato.com/careers. So this is our careers website where you can find all the information about open positions, a little bit more about our culture, about our benefits. So definitely check out the website and see if there's anything that speaks to you. And if you don't see anything, I've also got my contact information on here as well. So Stephanie with an F .indart@delicato.com. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or follow up. And I'm happy to take the time and chat with you. So this is my presentation, and if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer.